guys, welcome. This is Anik, and
We're doing yoga today. We are doing some flexibility today. And don't get scared. This is for everyone. We're going to start slow and climb up the slope together. So don't worry. We're not going straight into splits. If you love music while you practice yoga, if you want to do that, feel free to do it on your own. And then just join on my class to the side. However, otherwise, we're going to get started. And you can grab a mat in the back like me. You don't need props, but if you want to use props, feel free to use them. That's always available. And even if you don't have a mat, you can do this honestly on your bed too, as per usual. So we'll get started and find yourself on the mat to start. So we're going to start out seated on the mat to start. You can cross your legs however you'd like. Obviously, I'm doing mine as like a half lotus. It's more intense, but it really does not have to be like that. It can just be normal crisscross applesauce. And then when you're ready, extend the spine nice and tall. Roll the shoulders back and down away from the ears. And just take a moment to place the hands on the knees, either palms facing down or up, depending on how you're feeling. Up is more open to receive. Down is more protection of your energy. If you prefer to have a hand over the belly and heart, you can also do that. Whatever you choose, we'll just do about 10 seconds here, closing down the eyes, really establishing ourselves as the beginning of the class, separating the rest of the day with this practice. Whatever happened throughout the day, the week, the year, it's separate from what we're about to practice right now. This is a blank slate, a new chapter, and however you perceive this experience is up to you. It is in your control. Take 3 deep breaths on your own. Let's do these inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Releasing when you exhale through the mouth. Keep going 2 more on your own. And then return back to the normal breath. And begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Welcome back. All right, we'll get started. So from here, we'll take our arms overhead, watch the palms touch, and exhale in front of the chest, hands in prayer. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Down. Last time. Inhale. Palms touch. Exhale in front of the chest. This time when we inhale, arms reach overhead. We're going to exhale, drop the right hand towards the side on the mat, on the floor, reaching the left hand overhead. From here, it's easy to rotate the shoulders forward. However, I welcome you to instead rotate them open, expand the diaphragm, rotate the rib cage open here. Option to place a hand behind your head where your neck and skull connect. Lift the elbow, open the shoulder. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, fold even more towards the side, not lifting the hips off the ground. Inhale, arm reaches overhead. And exhale to the left. This time, right hand reaches overhead. Go ahead, inhale, rotate the ribs open. Shoulder moves down away from the ears. Option, you can place a hand behind your head, lifting the elbow. And exhale, side bend even deeper. Maybe your elbow even lowers down if you have that flexibility. Inhale, arm reaches up. and exhale down. We're going to go for a twist. So left hand goes on the right knee here. Inhale, extend the spine, twist, gaze behind you. The right hand is on the floor behind your glutes as a kickstand so that you can twist and keep the spine straight fully. You can also attempt to push the shoulders down, away from the ears. Inhale, grow an inch taller. Exhale, twist in deeper, gazing further back. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale to the other side, same thing. Inhale, spine expands. Exhale, twisting deeper. You can also pull on the knee in order to twist deeper. Last time, inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, gaze forward, arms overhead. And exhale from here, walk the hands forward. You can drop the forehead without lifting the hips. Just let the upper body fold forward naturally. It's possible that your elbows don't lower down, and that's fine. But just allow for your weight to fold forward wherever it's at. 3 deep breaths here. You'll feel the stretch in the spine, but also majorly in the outside of the hips. Inhale, rise back up, walk the hands towards the knees. From here, we're changing our legs. So if the right leg was over the left, this time we're going to place the left over the right. And you'll know exactly why we're doing all of this later on in the class. We're going to inhale, reach those arms overhead once again. Exhale, walk the hands forward, drop the forehead. 3 deep breaths here. Once again, don't let your hips shift up off the mat. We want to keep them low. Really do our work to expand the spine, the hips, all of it. You have 2 more breaths here waiting for you. And inhale, walk the hands up. Can release the legs and go for some windshield wipers to each side. Gently letting the knees, the legs fall to each side, opening up the hip joints. And when you're ready, we'll move into tabletop. Make sure that the hands are directly under your shoulders here and that the knees are directly under the hips. So we're not like this, spread out wide, but you're really stacking your limbs as much as you can. From here, spread those fingers out nice and wide, and we're going to drop the belly and gaze up. Chin lifts. Shoulders away from your ears, even here, chest broadens. Exhale, turn your pelvis under, round the spine, drop the head forward. This is our cat pose, and you're gazing towards the belly button if you can. Inhale for cow. If you know these transitions already, go ahead on your own. You can connect with the breath. If not, with control, go as slow as you can if this is new to you. So you can feel all the sensations in the body while you're going back and forth. Remember that when you round the spine, it's the exhale. When you inhale, you're lifting the chin up, hip bones go up, tailbone goes up, and so on. If you'd like, you can add some circles of the spine, of the hips, of the shoulders in both directions. This really helps to loosen up our vertebrae, our neck. If you have any cracks in the body, this is when it normally happens. You can go in the other direction. and then gently come back to center. From here, we're going to extend the right leg out to the side, just like this. Your toes can point outwards, and all we're going to do is shift our weight backwards. This is going to be the first big stretch we do. If your hips can lower all the way down, that's great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. You can stay wherever you're at. However, the next option, if it's accessible, is to walk the hands one over the other towards your right foot. Take a deep inhale, extend the spine, gaze up. And on the exhale, that's when you lower the head and go for a deeper bend. Stay here. 3 deep breaths. Maybe you can grab the right foot if that's accessible. And breathe deeply. Inhale back to center. Rise back up onto your hands, and all we're going to do is extend the right leg to the left side. From here, the foot can slide out to the side. Oop, there you go. And then that way you're stretching the outside of the right hip. And back to center. Same thing with the other side. Left leg extends out. And from there, the hips move back, walking the hands forward. Maybe the hips lower down all the way. Maybe your forehead lowers down. Next option, if that's accessible to you, is to walk the hands one over the other towards the left leg. Maybe the hands lower just to this point. Maybe you're able to grab your left foot and fold forward. One more deep breath left on your own. Inhale, walking the hands back towards the front. And this is where you extend the leg to the right. Let it slide down, stretch the left side of the hip. And back to center. Excellent. From here, we're going to grab the right leg and create some circles of the knee. Let's do about 3 to 5 in each direction. Take your time. The slower you go, the more you're going to feel the engagement of these muscles. What we're doing is loosening up the hips so we can eventually, yes, move into our splits if that's available, but it's not mandatory. And when you're ready, we extend the leg back and step it all the way forward. If you need help, you can grab your foot and shimmy all the way forward. From here, make sure that when you do place your hands inside of your foot, that your knee is directly over the ankle. So we don't want this happening. We don't want that happening. We want it directly one over the other. Perfect. Once you have that set, stay here. You're gonna have your hands on the floor. If it's too much with your mat, with your knee, you can always, always, always bend your mat like this. So you're double stacking the mat and creating some extra cushion for your knee. However, if you have props or a blanket or something that can help you, you can always place that under your knee like a pillow to help you go in deeper. However, for the rest of us, if being on your hands is comfortable, stay there. If not, you can attempt to go lower by dropping the elbows down, either on some blocks or all the way down onto the floor. Feel free to stay here or even deeper of a stretch. You can curl the back toes and lift the back knee. I know we're already going pretty deep into it, but remember there's those variations, so don't get scared off. You can always have different options. Even this one, if it's too much, you can always have your hands on your front knee and stay here. So the world is your oyster when it comes to this. There's so many possibilities. It's just finding what works for you and starting there. All right, wherever you're at, let's do 5 more breaths. I know it's a lot, but your body is going to love it at the end of the day. Wherever you're at, if you have your knee lifted, then bring it down, come back up onto the hands, drop the back leg. And from here, we're going to place the right hand inside of the right knee. So not outside, literally inside, which means that when you push on the knee, the right foot is going to move on its outer edge. You're going to twist and gaze up towards the ceiling. You'll feel potentially a little crack in the lower spine. You'll feel your hip opening up. Especially for men, this will feel intense at first. So go slow, gazing up, and then release. Come back onto the hands, facing forward. Yeah, we're getting deep into our muscles here. So from here, you can stay here with the spine straight, or go ahead and reach back with the right hand and attempt to reach for the back foot. If this is all you get to, that's fine. But if you do have a bind, go ahead and grab it and attempt to drop the hips, open the chest. If you're really flexible here and your thigh muscles are pretty loose, you can always go for a little challenge, pull your foot towards the hips. My thigh muscles, though, are very tight, so I'm going to stop here, and that's fine. Deep breaths, allowing for those muscles to relax more and more with the breath. And the more you visualize these muscles and bring your attention to it, the more it helps to bring the mind to muscle connection. When you're ready, release the leg and bring the hand back down inside the foot. We're going to do something that's going to bring a lot of relief to you. So shimmy the foot towards the center of the mat. Option to have the hands on both sides here. You can stay exactly here if you'd like. If not, you can always have a hand on your front knee like this. Or you can have your hands on each side and go into a half split, which is the goal here, to push the hips back, extend the front leg. Even if you stay with your knee bent like this, and that's all you can get to, then that's great. Start there, go there. Don't stop yourself if you can challenge yourself, if you have that availability. However, if you can do the full half splits, go ahead, extend the leg fully, flex the front foot, maybe even separate your toes. And from here, a good warm-up is to shift the hips side to side. If you have blocks, you could always place them here on each side as leverage to have a straighter spine. The goal here is to have a straight spine and straight leg. However, usually you have to start with one in order to get to the other. So once we're here, go ahead, inhale, extend the spine. And if it's accessible to you, can walk the hands forward to deepen it and then even drop the forehead down. If not, just stay where you were at before, like this. And bend the knee in front, hands to the inside of the feet. You can step back into a high plank or extend the leg back like me for three-legged supported chaturanga. All we're going to do is drop the chest towards the floor and either go into cobra, just like this, opening up the chest, lifting the chin, legs together. You're engaging your abs and your lower spine so much that you could lift your arms, your hands off the ground here. Otherwise, if you want to go deeper, you can always push into the tops of your feet to lift the knees and hips off the floor, shoulders down, going for Urdhva Mukha up dog. This is a very popular pose. And down dog. Go ahead, push the hips up nice and tall towards the ceiling. pedal at your feet. This is our first down dog of the day. And when you're ready, lower back down onto your knees, and we'll go for the other side. So left leg extends back, and you can circle it in front. From there, make sure you're shimmying the foot so that the heel is directly under the knee. I'll actually move to the other side so you guys can see it. Just like this. And take a moment to stay here. Once again, if you need to get a little higher, place your hands on your front knee. Go ahead. You can stay here. You can always fold the mat under your knee as well. I think I'm going to do that for this side actually. And there's that option to stay there. So once again, if you have blocks, you can lower your elbows onto those blocks here. If you want to go deeper, you can always curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, and stay. You can also shift back and forth as an option to go deeper. Whatever you choose, try to find that edge, that challenge where your body is able to do it, but you still feel challenged. You still feel that edge, that push of a little bit of discomfort, but not pain. Five more breaths. You got this. And breathing through the nose. If you need to, exhale out the mouth. Wherever you're at, you can move higher up onto the hands, drop the back knee down, and this is when we push our leg outwards. So the left hand goes inside of the left knee. You're going to push it, foot goes on the outer edge, and you twist gazing up. Stay here, open up the chest, the hip. Try not to dump into the right shoulder like I was about to do. And return back onto the hands. You can stay here or go ahead and attempt to reach for your back foot. The left hand goes for your right foot in the back. You can stay here or go for your full bind. Option to pull the foot towards the hip as well. So once again, the more you drop the hips down towards the mat, the more you have a thigh stretch. But same thing with the foot when you pull it towards the hip. That one is more of the muscle that is directly over the knee. Take a moment. Marinate in this discomfort. And release. Hands inside. And then we shimmy our foot towards the center of the mat. Hands to each side. Option to stay there. Option to place your hands on your front knee like this. Or moving into your half splits. Shifting your hips back. Extending the front leg. Flexing your front foot. So you're pulling those toes back. Maybe separating them. And stay here. If you have your blocks, this is where you have blocks on each side, keeping the spine straight. You can always also place your hands onto the wall. So if I were you guys and I had a wall, this is what it would look like in order to stay lifted higher up. Wherever you're at, option to rock the hips side to side, stretching the back of the leg. And if you want, if you're more flexible, you can also go for that forward fold, reaching the hands forward, dropping the forehead. And then go ahead, bend the front knee, hands inside of the leg. Option to step back for a chaturanga, a high plank to low plank, or go with me for a three-legged supported chaturanga. Dropping the chest, inhaling for cobra or up dog, and exhale, down dog. Pedal out your feet, maybe finding some still Adho Mukha Svanasana, pushing the hips up, spine straight, shaking your head yes and no, up and down. And then lowering down onto the knees. From here, we're bringing the knees together so they're touching, and then walking the hands forward, dropping the forehead down. The reason that we're doing this posture is because when the knees are touching like this, the legs are together, and we go for this gentle forward fold, your lower spine is elongated. It's separated. The vertebrae are being manipulated to extend, especially for those who sit in offices or sit on chairs all day. You're gonna feel this one a lot because when you sit all day, your vertebrae is being pushed together more and more, and it's being fused in that way. So when you go into these poses that physically control the length of your spine, the pull, you're gonna feel that sensation right away. And that's what we're targeting here. Today is all about flexibility and not just splits. But before we move on from the splits, I want to give you guys the option of moving into that. So if you want to attempt, then go for it. Can bring the right leg in front. Once again, shimmy the foot so that it's directly under the knee. And feel free to go directly into your split, or if you need to go for the half split first, before, once again, and then shimmy the foot forward, then go ahead and try it. I'm going to stop here just for reference, that you can always place blocks under your legs if you want to stop here and just have your hands support you. However, of course, if you have your splits, then go full force, go into it, maybe even drop down with the forehead. Just find whatever works for you. We're trying our best to angle our pubic bone forward instead of opening up the hips towards the side for more of a middle split. Right now we're just doing each side directly. And when you're ready, you can bring your hands on the inside of the leg once again. Extend the leg back, go for a three-legged chaturanga or normal chaturanga, which looks like this. High plank, low plank, inhale up dog, exhale down dog. And drop down onto the knees once again. We'll go for our other side, left leg splits. From here, left leg moves forward. I want to just iterate, if you can't do the splits, you're not forced to do that. You don't have to go that deep. Even if this is a lot for you, feel free to stay there. Make this practice your own. But these are just variations, options to go deeper and deeper for those who want to try. So when you're ready, you can feel free to go for a half split before shimmying the foot forward. Maybe you stop here, you place blocks underneath, under the front leg or the back leg. However, if you want to go full on, then lower down. Find your tempo, find your angle for the hips. Maybe the forehead lowers on. And when you're ready, hands go inside and you can swivel the leg back. Option to do the three-legged or the normal chaturanga, high plank, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. pedal it out. I'm going to drop down onto the knees. This time, knees are separated. They're going to each side of the mat. And you can walk the hands forward. Drop the forehead down. You're going to feel the difference in the hips now. Whereas when we had the knees together, we were focusing on the lower spine. This time, with this pose, it allows the shoulders to open up a bit more. It allows the hips to open up even more. And if you'd like to open those shoulders up even more, you can bring your elbows closer together, hands overhead, hands in prayer. And you can stay here, or if you have blocks, you can always place blocks under the elbows, and that way it elevates the arms higher up, and the chest will melt down. Whatever you choose, taking 5 deep breaths here. Either the forehead is on the floor, or the chin. And when you're ready, the hands can lower down, and we'll be walking the hands towards the middle of the mat in order to go for a thread the needle. Right hand reaches up, exhale, thread under the left arm, lower onto the right ear. On the left hand can stay overhead just like this. You're relaxing the neck, the head, or option for the left hand behind your back. Stay here and allow the body weight to go onto your right shoulder. You should feel that pressure as the shoulder blades open up here. Take 5 deep breaths, maybe closing down the eyes, and melting down into the floor. On your next exhale, drop the left hand down onto the mat. Inhale, right hand reaches up. Exhale down. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, thread it under the right arm, lower onto the left ear. Option to reach your right hand overhead or behind your back. Once again, stay here. Adjust your body as necessary in order to feel the shoulder blades opening up, allowing the neck to relax. Maybe the eyes are closed, and you're fully resting here. Full gravity is taking over. You're surrendering to the pull towards the ground. 5 deep breaths on your own. On your next exhale, right hand lowers down. Inhale, left hand reaches up. Exhale down. We're going to move into puppy pose, and this is going to help open up the shoulders and the chest and belly, all of that good stuff really well. So while we do want our knees separated, you can just bring them a little wider than your hips. Not too wide, not too close, but just right, kind of in the middle. From there, our hands move forward, and the hands are going to slide forward as the hips lift up and over the knees. Remember, we're stacking our limbs here. So your chest lowers, your hips lift. You can stay either on your chin like this or on your forehead if it's a lot for your shoulders. Option to stay here here, or to deepen it for my advanced yogis, you can always place the hands together, lifting them up overhead. Also, shimmy the shoulders closer together or the elbows closer together really helps. Stay here. Option close down the eyes and truly allow the heart to melt down towards the floor. Deep breaths. Three more breaths. We're almost there. Relax the jaw. Unclench the jaw as much as you can. Relax the forehead, the eyebrows. And when you're ready, hands lower down. And like a wave, you can move your spine forward, dropping the hips, opening up the chest. From here, bring your legs together. Elbows are touching your diaphragm here, pushing away from the mat. We're in Sphinx pose, so the spine is as long and tall as possible. We're not dumping into the shoulders like this. We're pushing the floor away, extending the neck. Chin is slightly pulled in towards the chest. Stay here. Deep breaths. If you'd like, you can go for some gentle stretches of the neck, moving the head forward and back. Forward and back. There's also the option as well to move your head side to side. You'll feel the stretch in the shoulders, in the upper back, in the neck, maybe even in your chest as well. And when you're ready, lower all the way down onto the floor and can lower onto one ear of your choice, arms by your sides. This is just called Shavasana on the belly. And we're doing it to align the spine and the neck. When you're ready, you can twist your head over to the other side. This is probably one of the easiest postures we'll ever do together. Because next, what we're going to do is gaze forward, clasp the fingers together behind our back, and then pull your fists, your hands towards your heels in the back. Maybe the feet lift up off the ground. You're doing this Superman posture, opening up the shoulders, shoulders away from the ears, gazing forward, chin is lifted up. If you'd like, you can go for a deeper posture, asana, which is grabbing your feet in the back and then pushing, kicking your feet into the hands to lift the knees and belly off the floor. Just like that. And lower down onto the right ear. So we're taking a little break because we're going to do this 3 times in total. Inhale, right back up. Push into your hands, going for this fishbowl pose. And exhale to the other ear. Take your break. For the next one, feel free to change the hands. So bring the hands on the insides of the feet this time. So then when you kick your feet into the hands and lift up, you're going to feel a different sensation in the upper body. Rise up. Open up the chest. 1 inch higher. And lower down. Hands to each side. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And gently walk the feet towards your hands. Bend your knees as much as you need in order to do that. You can lower down onto your back all the way. Excellent. From here, the best thing we can do to help everything we just did is to bring the knees together. Can wrap your arms around, pull the nose towards the knees, and gently massage your lower spine. And from there, option to either grab your big toes for happy baby, or to go deeper, you grab the outsides of your feet and pull the knees in towards the chest. Naturally, it's easy to lift the hips like this, but in fact, you want to lower them towards the mat. That way, the spine stays straight the entire time, and you can keep rolling on your spine side by side. Or you can also extend your legs out one at a time to each side. Get into your flexibility there. Maybe both at the same time. Excellent. And from there, we're going to go into a supported pigeon pose. So right leg over the left. Option here to just rock the legs down, have your hands by your side if that's already a lot for you. So the next one is to place the hands behind your hamstrings or go deeper, hands in front of your left kneecap, and then just pulling in here. The hands are inside of the leg here like this and not around towards the outside. So find that right place for you. Hold it and relax the neck. Allow the shoulders to lay flat on the floor. And option to close down the eyes. Unclench the jaw once again. And from here, we're going to pull the nose towards your left knee. Pull in, kind of like a crunch. And from there, you can extend your arms to each side. Option, listen carefully, to wrap that leg fully around the bottom leg and then letting them fall to the left like this. Or if that's already too much, just keep the knees together and then letting it fall to the left. Gaze is to the right. Find your rhythm. Perfect placement of the spine. Find what works for you. And once again, unclench the jaw. If you want props under your knees like a pillow to support your legs, feel free to do that here. And take your deep breaths. We're going to do the other side gently. You can either bring your knees directly to center or untangle them in order to bring them to the center. And then we'll do the same thing with the other side. So this time, left leg is over the right. Hands are clasped behind the hamstring or in front of the knee. And stay here. Pull in, you should feel that edge. Hips lowering down towards the mat. Relaxing the neck and the shoulders. The head on the mat. pull in. If you need to go deeper, just bend the elbows. It'll help. And when you're ready, you can pull in for that crunch. Bring the nose towards the right knee. And then from there, extend the arms to each side. Option to fully wrap the legs around and then let them fall to the right. Or the knees are just together, naturally fall to the right, gaze is to the left. Option close on the eyes. Option to have props, pillows under your knee, under your legs. Option for the hand over your knees as well to pull the legs down. But the goal here is for that natural twist. So the goal is for the knees to eventually lower towards the floor, but also for the left shoulder to lower towards the floor as well. So both sides should be gravitating down further and further. Two more breaths here. We're almost there. And gently either untangle or go straight to the knees together towards the chest. Wrap your arms around, pull in. And lastly, we're gonna move into Baddha Konasana, supine variation. That means the soles of our feet are touching, the knees are splayed out to each side, arms extended to each side of your hips, and we stay here. Close down the eyes and just focus on letting gravity win. If this is too much, you can always place pillows or bolsters, any type of prop, a block, a thick textbook under your knees for support. I welcome you to take really deep breaths, breaths that lead all the way down your spine towards the coccyx and back up. We have two more breaths left. That's it. When you're ready, you can do this very, very, very slowly. We're going to bring the knees together, feel the engagement of the inner thighs. When you do this slowly with control, you'll feel the contraction happening more and more. Bring the knees towards the chest. Wrap your arms around, and we'll begin moving along the spine, massaging between the shoulder blades, the whole vertebrae. And then all the way up to seated. You can face me, cross your legs however you did at the beginning, or cross them differently right now. That's fine. We're going to have our spine straight, hands in prayer in front of the chest. And thank you, thank you, thank you to all of the Gentle Stretching fam for being here and enjoying. Namaste. Thank you guys. That is it for today. That is our flexibility class. It's more of a stretching um, kind of class, a lot of twists and splits and all that good stuff. But all of this, you can take it and you can use it literally every single day. You can use this in the mornings, at night. The more you practice it, the deeper you're going to get, the more you're going to get out of it. So I really hoped that helped you and that you can use these skills, these tips, these tricks in the long run and not only today. So my name is Anik and I'm so happy to have you guys here. So bye. Thank you.